Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 12, Jagat Guru Rampal ji.org. Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 12, Introduction. The entire Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 12, tells about the benefits of worship of God Brahma. Chapter 12, Verses, Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 12, Verse 1. Those devotees who worship you in the earlier mentioned way by constantly engaging in your bhajan meditation, and those who only worship the eternal, invisible Sachidanandaghan in the most superior way. Of these two types of worshippers, who is the best knower of yoga, that is, who accurately knows the method of bhakti. Chapter 12, Verse 2. Those devotees who by concentrating their mind in me constantly engaged in my bhajan meditation worship me with supreme faith, I consider them the best among the worshippers. This is my opinion. But those who by properly restraining all the senses constantly worship the God who is beyond mind and intellect, omnipresent, always uniform, eternal, unchanging, invisible, and immortal, with one-pointed devotion, they engaged in the welfare of all the living beings, with equality towards everyone, come to me alone. The way of worship of those men who are engrossed in the invisible Brahma chiefly involves argument-like suffering, that is, misery, because the state relating to the unmanifest is attained with great difficulty by the arrogant beings. But those Matavalambi devotees who are dedicated to me, who by surrendering all their action unto me only worship me, the God with qualities, with exclusive devotion, by being constantly absorbed in my thoughts. O Arjun, for those loving devotees who absorb their minds in me, I soon become a savior from this world of ocean of deaths. Fix your mind in me and engage your intellect only in me. After this you will reside in me only. There is no doubt about this. If you are not capable of establishing your mind steadfastly in me, then, O Arjun, through yoga of practice, Abhyas Yoga, seek to attain me. If you are not even capable of doing practice, then only perform virtuous deeds for me in accordance with the scriptures. Even by performing actions for me, you will attain the goal. If you are also incapable of following the above-mentioned method by resorting to the yoga of action based on my opinion, then strive through renouncing the fruits of all actions. Knowledge, jnana, is super to arbitrary practice, abhyas, done by abandoning the injunctions of scriptures because of absence of tattva jnana, compared to knowledge of one who by not doing sadhana mentioned in the scriptures, only by gaining knowledge, becomes famous as a scholar. Sahaj dhyan, that is, Sahaj samadhi, easy meditation, is superior, and compared to meditation, renouncing the fruits of action, recitation of Nam mantra is superior, because by doing bhakti, renouncing the fruits of actions, by that sacrifice one immediately attains peace. He who is free from hatred towards all the living beings is friendly and compassionate, and is free from affection and arrogance, is balanced in joy, sorrow, and is forgiving. That yogi is always untainted, free from defects, that is, with control over body along with mind and senses, firmly determined. That bhakta of mine, with his mind and intellect dedicated to me, who does bhakti according to the rules, is dear to me. He by whom no living being is agitated and who himself is not agitated by any living beings, and who is free from elation, resentment, fear and anxiety, etc. That Bhakt is dear to me. He who is free from desires is internally and externally pure, clever, unbiased, and free from sorrows, who has renounced all commencement, that is, who had commenced all actions against the injunctions of scriptures, abandoning them, who acts according to the injunctions of the scriptures, that matanusar my bhakti is dear to me. He who neither becomes delighted nor hates, neither grieves nor craves, and who renounces all the auspicious and inauspicious actions, he who is endowed with devotion is dear to me. He who is same to a friend and an enemy, and in honor and dishonor, and is same in heat, cold, and joy, sorrow, etc., and is detested. He who considers criticism and praise to be same, remains silent and is contented with whatever comes to him, free from affection and attachment. That devoted person with a steadfast mind is dear to me. But those faithful men who, being devoted to scriptures-based sadhana, worship the God superior to me with full faith, this above mentioned religious nectar, those devotees are exceedingly dear to me.